Well, there you are. Welcome to the garden. Today we're going to look at 101 seeds you need to plant in July. This is not clickbait. Let's go through the list.
Carrots, radishes, beets, turnips, Swiss chard, cucumbers, snap peas, collards, spinach, cabbage, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, bush beans, onions, shelling peas, kohlrabi, lettuce, cauliflower, garlic, kale, eggplants, whole beans, okra, corn, and summer squash. And if you just planted 4 examples of each one of those, plus one for good measure, there's your 101 seeds for July.
Now as the blackberries start finishing up, I'm going to cut back the old canes, and that's going to open up some room. But we've got a fence here that's going to need something on it, so we're going to start planting some peas. And we have some of our replacement summer squash already coming up. The point is, about the 101 varieties of the 25 plants you can plant in July, you want to plant what you want to eat.
We've got 1 round of carrots that's growing pretty well. In the latest batch, we're probably going to have to reseed. I think slugs got after them. I'm banking on this winter squash staying alive long enough to ripen up the squash that's already has set, and then we're going to have an open trellis. Even before this squash is done, we're going to go ahead and plant beans down at the base of this trellis. That way they've got a head start when this thing's done.
Just like everything that we plant in the deep mulch, we're going to take the mulch down to bare soil. Look at that soil. We're going to let this trellis right up here against the fence, but I don't want it to be completely bare against the fence. We do have some grasses that are trying to sneak in, so I want a little barrier there. So that ought to make a nice little row of peas. There's a few things on that list I think you want to start inside in containers. That'd be most of your brassicas. I do think it's too hot in most places for cabbage and... All right, let's count these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 100. I'm joking, but I'm gonna plant these heavy. I found this bag of peas, I forgot I had them. They're about 4 years old, so I don't know what the germination rate's gonna be. I wouldn't expect it to be 100%. But just like Ruth Stout, we want good soil contact. And I'm giving about a half to a 1/4 inch apart. And we're just going to come back over with a little bit of mulch. These do pretty good pushing up, but I'm only putting a very light layer on, help hold that moisture in there. We did have a really nice rain starting in the middle of last night, and it rained most of the day today. But you can see underneath the mulch, it's not muddy. It's good and damp. Can you believe it's already July 6th? Now that list that we just went over, there's a few things you want to take into consideration. You want to take into consideration the variety you're planting and what the harvest length is. There's some corn that you'll be able to get nice ears off it in less than 100 days. We just planted corn. We're going to plant more corn right at the end of July. That way we go into September. And right now I'm betting on a little over 100 days. The beauty of planting now instead of late winter, early spring in the greenhouse or in containers under grow lights is the temperature. The soil temperature has gone up to where things are going to grow much faster, so you'll have a little head start there. You'll be amazed at how quickly things take over. And over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to plant more of my favorites off that list. We got quite a few in, we got quite a few started. We got some summer squash that we direct planted the other day, and they're coming up nicely.
Zucchini and crookneck squash. We took everything that had color on it off yesterday, and I see another half a dozen that could come off right now. Now this monster sort of stopped growing. I definitely picked the wrong one to trellis with a small string. Although this variety of squash, the Cushaw, is supposed to trellis okay. And where it made a branch on the ground, look how big that thing is. That thing is huge. I'm excited to see just how big that thing gets. And of course, while I'm out here, I'm gonna have to take this squash that we didn't want to take yesterday. Look how fast that grew with the rain we had. Now that is awesome, perfect size. Oh, we got another lemon drop cucumber that needs to come in. I'm absolutely delighted with these. You can do this too, and if you have not started a garden, you still have time to grow some stuff this year. Pick a few things that you like, get a container with some soil in it, put a couple seeds in it, start watering it, and you'll be amazed at what happens. And over the next couple weeks, anywhere I can find a space, I'm going to succession plant some of that stuff off that list that I really like to eat. Has anybody ever said you can't have enough beets? I hope you join me for that. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.